Hello farmers, hope you are well. This is Kelvin Hoirimo from Farmworks Kenya. Farmworks Kenya is an agricultural solutions center that aims to give farmers realistic solutions with the goal of lowering their costs and risks, hence making more profit. Today we are looking at the importance of using farmyard manure in farming and what are the end results. Most farmers think that the avoidance of using manure during planting and substituting it with fertilizers, the likes of DAP, will sustain the crop. Yes, it can, but in most cases, especially now with the changes of the of weather and climate, manure has grown to be one of the critical and most necessity when it comes to growing crops. Manure, mostly from cows, dairy, or poultry, or pigs, has good levels of nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen. It also helps in soil rehabilitation. It also helps in improving the quality of the soil and also in water retention. Most crops which have been grown using manure, especially maize or horticulture, they tend to grow very fast. Number two, they tend to remain healthy for long. They withstand heat stress. I will take a look keen on crops, especially those grown in dry areas using manure. They tend to remain green and fresh despite the hot weather. Then number four, the cost of artificial manure is usually low. You will usually see if you apply 5 bags or 2 bags per acre using the manure, farmyard manure, you may end up lowering the quantity that you use maybe by 25 kilos. For most crops, especially for farmers who the last season, October, November, December, who planted their maize using farmyard manure, there is a greater difference now. For those whom have not harvested, you can see that if you compare the maize varieties which were planted using farmyard manure and those which were planted without, are experiencing they've started wilting due to the lack of rains. They didn't mature well, but those which are planted using mature, they are still green. They are also maturing well. These applies across to all crops, be it tomatoes, be it onions, be it cabbages. You always identify the difference. Does this mean that you use manure and keep artificial fertilizers? No. Ensure that you use both the artificial fertilizers, but ensure you've not avoided the manure. Keep the manure, apply as plenty as you can, and also apply it well. The application also matters well. You may have sufficient manure, but how you applied it, it may be of less significance. For example, if you have a good manure and then you broadcast it, and you're planting crops like cabbages or maize using furrows or holes, the effect of the application of the manure will not be seen on the yields. So the most recommended, unless you're planting crops like wheat, crops like barley, crops like rice, crops like the likes of sorghums, the likes of millets, those one you can broadcast. But these others that are like maize, cabbages, tomatoes, ensure that you use your manure on the hole. And how can you use it? One, ensure you dig your hole well, observing the recommended spacing, then add the manure on it. Then you can, if the manure is decomposed well or not, you can cover it with a little soil and then you plant your seeds or you plant your seedlings. Thank you very much.